Okay, so this is the setup I have to remove the hub. I know this is not the most professional. However, I am not a machine shop or a shop for that matter. I am a DIYer just like you. So, as you can see, this kind of just like fits in that hole decently. The better you get it, the closer you get it, the better. Because if you don't inset this, when you start pushing down on the hub itself, these things are just going to come up this way, and it's not underneath the pressure enough. So let me get it set up, and I'll show you what it looks like. But you need to cut some wood. I got 4x4s. Cut some wood like that. Okay, so this is pretty much what it looks like initially. Once we get this separated a little bit, I push these things in all the way. That way it's got all the force going down on two pieces of metal. But what you want to do is you want to rest the metal, or those pieces of metal, on these two tabs right here and then right there. That's going to give you the best bite. So let me start pressing down. Also, you don't need this, but I have a bearing installer. So, but the 30 millimeter works perfect for this. So you kind of just put that in there like that. You can go straight onto there, or you could add another piece. But for all intents and purposes, we are just going to do the 30 millimeter. All right, so we're just going to start pushing it down. See how that lifts a little bit? Sometimes you got to apply a little pressure right here. There it goes. Now it's starting to go. And that's it. Take that out. This comes out. And that is what you're left with. That stays right there. So we got to take out the snap ring right here, and then I'll show you how to press out the bearings. Okay, so we pressed out the hub, or the spindle, and now what we are going to do is we have to take the snap ring off. That way we can, from the back side, press this bearing out. So what you need is a good set of snap ring pliers. This is a very heavy duty snap ring. The one I had last night was not cutting it, so today I went and got a brand new set from Harbor Freight. These are the icons, and let's see how they work. First time using them. Okay, well, I can tell you already they're a lot better than the ones I had. Yeah, look at that. That's it. All right, so let's go over to the press and show you how to press this out. Okay, so we are getting ready to install these new bearings. Now, in the back of this, there used to be a seal. Well, there probably is a seal if you haven't taken yours out yet. So just flip it over and take a screwdriver, hammer it out. That's all you got to do. And then we'll get to the other part. Take a little bit of grease and kind of grease this up just a little bit to help press everything in, and that way it's not going in dry. And that's it. And then let's go press them in. Okay, so this is the setup I'm doing to push the bearing in initially. So I have it on a nice thick piece of metal. On the back side of the hub, there's a nice flat surface. So get something thick or whatever you can figure out. Maybe a piece of wood would work too, but you probably need some metal. and then you put your socket. And we're slowly going to push down until it gets almost flush, and then we're going to readjust and put and brace it. But let's see. It's going down nice and easy. Barely any effort. Move this out of the way. Okay, so now we're leveled out. So let's readjust, and I'll show you the other tool that I'm going to use to continue to press it in. Okay, so this is the setup I'm going to be doing. So we're going to keep that one there. I have my race bearing driver thing that goes in the race or in the middle of the bearing. So that's going to go in there, and then we're going to put a big socket like this, and then we're going to put it right here, just like that. Then we are going to, actually, I'm going to take this, put it right there. Okay. I'm going to go up with this a little bit more. And remember that this is a nice flat spot, so you just take your piece of metal, slide it in there, and press down, and it should finish the job. And we are tight, so we're not going to go past that. Let's pull everything out. As you can see, we are nice and flush right here. So the bearing is fully installed. And we have our room for our snap ring. You can kind of see it. It's kind of cruddy in there. Probably should have cleaned that out, but oh well. But that's basically the process for pushing the bearing in. So we've gone over taking the spindle out, taking the bearing out, installing the new bearing, and now we're going to install the new forged spindle. Okay, so this is the setup I'm using for pressing the spindle in. This is a 36mm socket. It fits right inside the bore of the spindle. If you don't have a 36mm socket, you need to get one because it's the size of your new axle nuts now. So up top, I have my bearing race driver in place. So I want to make sure that the rest of the bearing is not coming up as I'm pressing this in. So very important that you watch how far you press in. So let's start doing it, and it should only take maybe a minute. And that's it. Everything goes nice and freely. They have the spacer that goes right there, so you can put, I don't know, something, a dust shield on or something. But yep, that's pretty much it.